So perfect. Well, welcome guys. It's Tuesday and we're so excited. So Emily and I'm Emily too, so this will be easy to remember. We decided to merge our team calls tonight and bring you guys together because we have so many similar stories. The more that I connect with her, you guys will learn as you learn more about our story and just sidelines. We learn more about each other's teams, and I'm like, okay, it's time to bring them together. It's time to train them together. So this is like a special exclusive Tuesday night team call. So we're excited to bring the energy to you guys. And so I'm Emily. For those of you guys who don't know me, I'll introduce you guys to Emily's team. It'll be really easy. It's always an Emily. When in doubt, just say Emily and one of us will respond. So so I just wanted to say that I'm super excited that we're merging this call tonight and just bring some new, fresh energy. And I'll just kind of like share a little bit about Emily and why we decided to do this. Like I said, being able to work with sidelines is so special. I think, we work with our team a lot, which is amazing. But sometimes when you work with some sideline, you can get some fresh new energy. And one of my favorite things about my girl Emily Chenevere is I can ask for like any social media question, and I thought I was good, and it's like, nope, she's got me rocked on that. So I love that I can learn new things from Emily. She has pretty sure moved like to a ton of different states and cities in like the past 12 months. So she's a baller when it comes to owning her business from her smartphone. And if anyone has a harder work ethic than me, it's Emily Chenevere. So we just work really well together, and we're excited to bring you guys together tonight. So thanks, Emily, for just, coming together. And I'm excited that our teams can meet each other tonight.
Oh my gosh, so am I. Well, you guys are all in for a treat. Emily Kay and I have been talking and collaborating and just working together on a couple of things recently, and we were talking about all of the incredible things that both of our teams are doing. So we thought, well, why separate them? Let's bring everyone together and just get some fresh energy, like she said. So I'm really excited for those of you who haven't worked with Emily or heard her speak to just hear all of her amazing inspiration. She's been with the business for 4 years now, correct? Mm-hmm. 4 years now. She's a qualified national marketing director, and she is just a business pro. If I ever have questions, she's always got the right answer for me. So I love working with her side by side. So we want to start tonight's call with wins. We want to open up the line and hear what's working for you guys this week. I know we're crushing the end of February, approaching a fresh new month. So let's hear from you. Who's got a win to share this week? Just go ahead and unmute your line, and we're excited to hear more.
I have a win I want to share real quickly. I was just talking with Emily about needing to get qualified by the end of this month, and I just got a text from a customer who said her husband keeps giving away all their Juice Plus to their kids that are adults, so she's ordered a trio tonight. Whoop whoop!
I said we can't. We're on a little getaway in Dallas this week. We snuck out, so I said we can't go have Mexican and Margs until you qualify your business. So she's like close. So she's manifesting it, y'all.
There you go. If you need inspiration, give yourself a deadline for margaritas and tacos. That would do it for me too. That's awesome. Who else has wins tonight? Go ahead and unmute.
I'm working on my first tower garden in a school.
Oh my gosh, that's so exciting. I love it. I can't wait to hear more about that.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
So cool. Who else? Go ahead and unmute yourself. We'll take one or two more.
Okay, I have a win.
Yes.
So I had a new team member join me not today, but this week, and he was somebody that I met on Instagram. So that was awesome.
Oh, that's so awesome. We're going to touch a little bit on Instagram tonight, so that is perfect. Anybody else want to share real quick?
Yes, okay, my mom, Annie Eagle, had a Taste the Shred open house Sunday, and one of my hot yoga students stopped by, and she is going to start shredding with us. I'm super excited for that.
So awesome.
I love that.
Well, awesome job, guys. I know so many of you have been doing incredible things, so feel free to share at the end, too, if you've got other things popping in your head. So before we get started here, if y'all just want to make sure your lines are muted so we don't have any background noise, And we're going to go ahead and just let Emily Kay take it away from the beginning and just share the importance of wrapping up the end of month and what that looks like to really build a strong and stable and lasting business every month, so we're not at a scramble in the very end to make ends meet.
Awesome. I'm going to go ahead and mute everyone just because I do have the ability, and then if you want to pop in. Okay, awesome. Sometimes it doesn't let me be host, and so whenever I am, I'm like, oh, I like to be able to mute everyone out just so we don't have any background noise. Well, this week, it's only Tuesday, but I have been like listening to some new trainings and tapping into just some awesome leadership, 2 different NMDs that I've had the privilege of hearing calls from in the past 24 hours. They've both been in the business for a really long time, and they're both making a lot of money. And when I say a lot, I mean a lot of money. And so it was just cool to kind of hear. These were both random trainings that I ran into, and I told Emily, I said, I just want to remind our team of the basics, because I can tell you from both of these NMD trainings, they did not train on anything special, but their energy and their belief in the system was so incredible. But they just talked about the way to be duplicatable, and just as we run into this, next couple days and, finishing this month strong, just this, what's the word I'm looking for? I can't even think of the word that I'm looking for, but basically they were talking about going wide and being duplicatable. So keeping the main thing and not having to overcomplicate anything. And I think after we hear so many trainings, and some of us have been in the business longer than others, but we hear all these, we kind of see these fancy, shiny objects, and we hear about different things. And, tonight Emily's going to touch on some Instagram training, which is great. But the fact is, at the end of the day, we don't have to do all of those shiny things. I mean, we can, but we have to keep the main thing to keep our system duplicatable. So just knowing that we can be our best distributor, and how we can do that is having a self-qualified business. So it's just some new verbiage that kind of stuck out to me that I thought we would go over tonight is, helping your new person, or even maybe it's ourselves, building up to having a self-qualified business. So what that looks like is getting 5 quad orders. So a quad with our trio capsules plus our omegas, having 5 quad orders every single month. So maybe about once a week, one new quad order a week, until we build up to that self-qualified business. And something that I thought was so cool, because I think a lot of us can get wrapped up in, getting new clients and building our customer base, which is great. But one of these NMDs said that most NMDs in this business only have about 20 to 30 customers. They have a self-qualified business, but at the end of the day, we get paid on 2 things. We get paid on having our own customers, so bringing on our own customers, and bringing on team and helping them bring on customers. So once we have that self-qualified business, the name of the game is to go duplicate our team and go help them do what we did. So something that just stood out to me was building wide. And I know some of this you guys have probably heard before, but if you have the width, you won't get disappointed. So how many of us have brought on a new teamie? We're like, oh, this person's going to be amazing. They're going to be like the 1%er, the 5%er, and they're just going to kill it. Maybe they go off really fast and they hit their HLP, they hit their 2000 plus, and then maybe crickets. Maybe they have a self-qualified business, but you thought they were going to be your next NMD, and then there's crickets. So the good thing about going wide is we're not just relying on one person to get us to our goals, or even 5 people. The whole idea of going wide is so that you have a whole lot of people to work with. One of these NMDs was Lauren Slocum, the training that I listened to, and she said that she had 130 people direct to her, and only 130 people direct to her, and only 11 of them were doing something. And when she says doing something, she means doing something. So that just opened up my eyes to how wide we need to be going so that we have a solid business. And I don't want to get these words mixed up, but I took notes on it. if I don't take notes, if I don't have it right in front of me, I'm so bad with remembering, but I think it said width creates stability and depth creates or width creates security and depth creates stability. So I thought that was really cool on just bringing in new people. So I don't want to talk all night. Our guest speaker, and it's kind of funny, we're working two ways with this with guest speakers. So I'm going to turn it to Emily, because you guys are probably thinking, how the heck can I switch it up with getting 5 new quads each month to build my customer base? And how can I help my team do the same? So we're going to all chat about a new, maybe not new for some of you, but just a fresh way that we can be reaching out to new people.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much. It's so important, like she said, if there's one thing that really stands out to me with everything she just shared, is duplication is the key to building that stability in our business. And, going right along with that, 1 or 2 people is fantastic. It's a great way to get started in the business, but you want to take it and you want to run with it. And you want to really build that front line, the people that you're personally bringing in the business direct to you, as wide as possible. So how do we do that? There are so many distractions and so many things. And a lot of times I'll look at my schedule and it looks like I am working a lot. But the truth of the matter is, guys, if we're doing this work, picking out colors and editing photos isn't necessarily the work that it takes to really build this stable and lasting business. I could spend 12 hours picking out a font for my new graphic or my new picture that I'm going to upload, but is that really developing a customer base for me? No, not really. So I think a lot of times when we think about social media, we think about Instagram and Facebook and all these things, we're thinking about the bright, shiny objects and the photos and what you're saying about them. That is important, but there's a whole nother side to Instagram that can actually really ultimately bring you more customers and more team members if you're using it in a perfect, direct way. So what I've been doing to get out of the cave and to really focus on the amazing things that Instagram does bring to us is just creating relationships that actually result in communication back and forth, which can then result in people joining our team, joining our mission, or starting on the product themselves. So I literally use the acronym CAVE for this. So C stands for consistency. We want to show up, we want to stand out, and we want to be talking to people and sharing what we have on a consistent daily basis. So reaching out to new people, what does that look like? Talking with them. If you like someone's Instagram account, send them a message and compliment them. Just let them know, hey, I see you. I love what you're doing. So one perfect example, if you're following someone and you see that they're posting some amazing recipes, you can literally send them a message and say, hey, oh my gosh, I love your Instagram account. Your recipes are amazing. How long have you been involved in healthy living? And that's going to do a couple things. One, it's going to open the door to conversation. 2, it's going to make their day. So at the end of the day, there's no harm done in giving someone a compliment and just seeing where the conversation could lead. So number 1 is consistency, showing up, being consistent with that activity of reaching out to new people and starting those consistent new conversations. So C, we're moving on to A. A is to be authentic. So when we're doing this, we want to send messages that are true to us. So it's all about being you and showing up for you and your message and your truth and the value that you're providing to other people. So just be authentic with your message, with the things that you're posting, with the things that you're saying to people. If you can be authentic, they will see that and really, really see that true energy shine through you. If you're trying to be someone else or use someone else's words constantly, people can see right through that. So be authentic. The V in CAVE, so we've got consistent, authentic. V is vulnerable. So how many of us like to wait to post something on Instagram until we have the perfect photo or the perfect words or we had the best day and we just want to show all of the good side, right? I know that's how I can be 99% of the time, and I'm learning, it's totally a process for me as well, but I'm learning to just be more vulnerable and to share my personal journey. So that means sharing some of my struggles, and that doesn't mean sharing them in a negative way, but if I spill soup all over myself, people can relate to that. As silly as it is, you can throw that on your story. It'll give people a laugh, and it'll show them, oh, that's a real girl. It's a real person behind that account. So definitely just showing that vulnerability. Everybody's on a different healthy lifestyle journey. everybody's on a different business journey, and it's going to look different for each and every person. But the more vulnerable we can be, the more relatable we can be with others. So if we're consistent, we're authentic, and we're vulnerable, that's going to lead us to E, which is energy. Ultimately, when we're talking about energy, I want you all to think about, would you follow you? So if you take a look at the things that you are posting on your social media accounts and the things that you're just putting out there into the universe, ultimately, is that attractive to you? Would you be following that if you were not you and you were scrolling on Instagram and you came across your next photo? Would you want to follow that? Would you be attracted to that? What would stand out about you? So that's one way to look at energy when it comes to social media. Another way to look at it is thinking about the words that we're using when we're talking to people and just making sure that they're positive. We always want to turn things into a positive spin. So, you know, if someone asks you a question and the answer might be no, so, hey, can I do the shred program for free? The answer obviously is going to be no. But instead of just saying, hey, nope, you can't, how can we turn this into a positive answer for them? So instead of saying, nope, the shred's not free, we could maybe say something like, you know, actually there are several different places where you can get started with the shred program. Here they are. And we list out some options so they can see where they're comfortable getting started. So just always thinking about that energy. How can we bring it high vibe and make it as intense as possible? So I know that was quick, but I just wanted to make sure I had time to get through the four. So getting out of the cave with consistent work, being authentic, being you, being really vulnerable, sharing your journey, and then making sure that you're coupling all of that with really high positive energy. So that's how I like to look at myself when I'm on Instagram and Facebook and having these conversations with people. And with all that being said, I do have a side note. If you're not on Instagram, you're not building a business there, that is okay. Think of these different things as tools that you can use in everyday conversation and in real life. I know a lot of us have had really positive experience with social media. Not everybody's there yet, and that doesn't mean that you can't build an incredible Juice Plus business. You absolutely still can. You just have to use these same traits, but in real life conversations or in the workplace or whatever way it is that you are actually building your business. So one other quick tip before I pass it off to Em, how I specifically do this on Instagram and what really works for me is being very direct with what I'm looking for with hashtags. So if you don't know what a hashtag is, it's literally the hashtag symbol, and then you can search various different things right on Instagram. So I don't know why this was the example I used to explain this yesterday, but I used the example of a zoologist, so we're gonna roll with it. So if you are a zoologist and you are trying to attract other zoologists into your zoo, you wanna make sure that your Instagram account has pictures that are relatable to that zoo. So do you have animals on your account? Do you show whatever the heck else other zoologists would be posting about? I don't know. Again, I have no idea why this came to mind. But you want to make sure that if you're attracting people and you're trying to bring people to your zoo, that they've got something when they check out your account, they're going to relate right away. They're not going to have to do the digging and wonder, why is this person reaching out to me? So being relatable to our business, let's say that you are a plant-based dietitian. So if you're looking for other plant-based dietitians, there are so many hashtags that you can use to really narrow in and find other people who have similar interests. Or if you're a mom and you're really, really inspired by helping other people get their kids healthy and getting families healthy together, there are so many incredible hashtags for that. So when you find these hashtags, what are you doing? What's the end goal? My favorite thing is to pick out 5 to 10 accounts per day, and I look for people strategically who have anywhere between 500 and 1,200 followers. These are the people that seem to really be doing something active on Instagram, where this is a place that they are ultimately invested, and they're also not too cool for school. So I've definitely tried to reach out to those people that have thousands and thousands of followers, and usually they've got so much going on and their heads in the clouds. But working with people who are similar to us, it's so much easier to just give them an authentic compliment and to help them understand that we're in this healthy living revolution together, and we really just want to link arms. So wrapping all of this up, if you're really working on your Instagram game, definitely do direct searches with hashtags. Give yourself a limit of X amount of accounts per day, and just make sure that you're sending them those authentic messages, being vulnerable, opening up, complimenting them, and starting a conversation, because that conversation can lead to new team and new customers. So that's your Instagram little training for the night. Em, I'll pass it back up to you.
I love it. Yeah. When you kind of gave me some of those nuggets, I like immediately was like, okay, how can I step my game up? I'm competing in I shouldn't say competing. I'm racing in a big half marathon in September. So I went to their Facebook page, and then I saw that they had an Instagram account. So I went to the Instagram account and I started following some girls and just doing what you just trained on. So I'm excited to see. I just started last night, so I'm excited to see just some new people. I feel like I just need new networks. So I'm excited to connect with people that are similar to me. So, well, I'm just so glad that you guys got on this call tonight just to learn more. There's always going to be new concepts, but the principles stay the same, and the tools are always changing, right? So just know that one of my upline NMD, she always says, help the real people get on the real Juice Plus. So really at the end of the day, Emily and I just wanted to bring together our teams, bring together these fresh young faces. And you're not old, Mom. My mom's like, yeah, old. And really just to remind you guys that the way we wrap our month up is the way we move into a brand new month. So the energy that you end this month with, which I feel like it's been such a short month, it's flown by. The energy that we end this month with, and the momentum and the seeds that we're planting and watering, is going to move us into the type of month we're going to have in March. So just keep that in mind when you think like, oh, I'm just going to start focusing on March. It's already February 27th. No, there is literally 48 hours left of this month, and so many things can happen in 48 hours. So get clear on what you want, get clear on how you can make that happen. And I just feel like even just that simple cave analogy is so helpful, of just how to get out of the cave and how to get into some new networks. So thank you so much, Emily. And thank you so much, everyone, just for being on, showing your faces on this Tuesday evening. And I'm going to share some of that verbiage on my team Facebook page. I think that was awesome.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for coming together tonight, everybody. Thanks, Em, for joining calls and sharing your knowledge with us. I know that everybody on this call has such big goals wrapping up February, heading into a conference month. March is going to be huge and amazing for everybody. So we're going to have some fun and definitely be bringing our teams together. For those of you who are coming to Phoenix in April, we'll all get to meet in person, which is going to be really, really cool, just to expand and give everyone real life hugs and get out of these little squares on Zoom and into real life. So I'm just really looking forward to that. But everybody have an amazing Tuesday night, and we will see you all next week on our team calls.
Love you guys.